So once you've been passed off and the teacher's checked off your stitching lines on your pillowcase, you can serge. Now I'm going to introduce the serger a little bit. The serger has 2 needles. It's a little bit hard to see, but when you're sitting here, you can see the 2 needles inside, and there are 4 spools of string. These machines take a lot longer than your sewing machines to thread, and they're a little more complex. This is always a temptation to open this door, and you can look in here. There's the threads that come down, and then they're fed up into the presser foot on your serger. So I'll close this for now. You won't need to open it. So when you come to your serger, you'll see that there's a tail right here. This tail is really important. You need to make sure that there's tail left every time you use the serger. Otherwise, we have to rethread the serger every time, and it takes way too long. So make sure you find a serger that has its light on so that you can move quickly through serging. So for your pillowcase, you're gonna bring your pillowcase up to your serger. This presser foot never comes up. It just stays right here. And you're just going to, if you need to, you can use your thumb, just kind of wedge your pillowcase edge right there along your stitching. The serger, some people think it moves faster. It is all in your speed. There's a cutter on the side. It's a little bit hidden, but you'll see it. It's gonna cut the fray off of your pillowcase, and it's gonna make a tight binding around it to keep it nice and last a little bit longer. You'll probably see it on the inside of your shirts or pants when they're inside out that they have this edge. So to get started, we'll start with our edge that has stitching. You won't be stitching or serging this side because you have your fold. So think you're only serging the edges that have a stitching line. So the stitching line is going to be on the left side of our presser foot, and you can just press your your foot pedal, and you'll see that I can stop. If that was too fast, you can always just stop. You just want to maintain an even speed, and you'll see that I'm keeping this line lined up at the edge, and then it's cutting off the fray, which you'll see throughout this video. So I'm just keeping an even pace. And then if you need to adjust your hand, you want to make sure, as you saw right there, I had a little bunch right there. I would never want that bunch to go under, or else I'm going to have a big picking mess on the side. It's going to be bunched up, and you'll see it when you turn your pillowcase right side out. So make sure that you're just going even and keeping that stitching line to the left. So when you get closer to the end, you can move your hand over and just guide it. Then when you get to this point, remember, we don't bring it up and clip them. We have to make a tail. So just keep stitching, running your foot pedal till you get to about the edge. Then you'll take your scissors and you'll cut right here. And you'll notice that now I have this nice line, and it's kind of completed my pillowcasing stitch. So then you still have this line to do. So you're going to put this underneath the presser foot again. You can lift it up, kind of wedge it under if you need to. And remember, we're keeping the left side of our stitching with the left side of our presser foot. And you'll just maintain an even speed again. And if you need to stop and readjust, you can do that too. Now that we've reached the end again, we're going to keep going and leave that tail for the next person who's going to come use this machine. I'm going to clip my tail as close as I can. And then you'll notice that you have all of this leftover material that's been cut off. Make sure you clean up after yourself so that the next person coming to the machine has a clean machine to use and it's ready to go. You can just put those in the trash. And now you'll notice that your pillowcase is complete. You've serged both sides that you've sewn. Remember, I'm not going to serge this side because I didn't stitch this side. It's on the fold. Make sure you get this checked off before you turn it right side out. But once you get checked off, your pillowcase is done. If you have any more tails, like I forgot this guy right here, make sure you clip them off before you get it checked off.